Now that the F-414 deal has been done and dusted, the Indian Ministry of Defence has begun seriously looking at the co-development of a 120 kN class next-generation jet engine with thermal signature management for the AMCA program, which will have the potential to be utilized in 6th-generation fighter jets as well. An Indian team led by the project director of the High Thrust Engine Development Program for the AMCA program have received a briefing in Paris from French engine manufacturer Safran at the Paris Air Show 2023, during which Safran has offered a co-development offer with full transfer of technology without any restriction on any kind of sensitive issues for AMCA Mark II. The co-development would mean a clear division of work between the DRDO and the foreign collaborator, which will be a learning process for both sides, as issues like design involving the thrust-to-weight ratio and the manufacturing process will have to be discussed in detail. General Electric is also seen as a strong contender after the F-414 local production deal, while the British firm Rolls-Royce is also serious, and it will also come up with an offer very soon. Amid the reports that 15 MQ-9B drones will go to the Indian Navy, and 8 drones to Indian Air Force and 8 drones to Indian Army, experts have said that the distribution of drones should be based on threat, and not ownership. The combined area of the Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean is about 76.59 million square kilometer, while land borders that need to be under surveillance are about 6 million square kilometer. So 21 drones should have been allocated to the Navy, and 10 drones should have been tasked with surveilling land borders. The allocation should be based on land area and sea area that needs to be kept under surveillance and not service-wise. Independent operations of surveillance of land borders by the Army and Air Force will result in duplicity and possible waste of precious resources. As the DRDO-developed air-independent propulsion system is all set to be integrated on the first Scorpene-class submarine of the Indian Navy from mid-2024, the Indian Defence Ministry is now exploring the export of the indigenous AIP system, as the French Scorpene-class submarines are also operated by 3 other countries. France had attempted to offer the French AIP system to the Scorpene operators in the past, but it didn't receive significant support as it relied on older technology. Naval Group will now collaborate to promote the DRDO-developed AIP module to other Scorpene operators, as remaining 8 submarines of the same type are operated by Malaysia, Brazil and Chile. India and Egypt have signed an agreement to elevate the bilateral relationship to a strategic partnership. Egypt is the 3rd largest importer of Russian weapons, which is actively exploring alternatives to reduce its dependency on Russian-made weaponry. Egypt has sought support from India to maintain and supplement its existing Russian-origin weapons systems, as well as diversify its sources, as India has developed indigenous substitutes for Russian systems. Egypt is particularly interested in procuring reconnaissance drones, air defense systems, Pralay missile and SAW weapon. The United States has announced plans to transform India into a key naval logistics hub for the Indo-Pacific region, as the United States aims to leverage this partnership to facilitate greater logistical support for its naval operations in the Indo-Pacific. It will also serve as a catalyst for strengthening interoperability and deepening defense ties between the two nations, and act as a deterrent against potential security threats.